Good morning. Well, actually, it's nearly good middle of the afternoon. The thing about Norway and Finland at this time of year is very daylight, although we've got about 6 hours. It is now about 11 o'clock. A very chilled morning. I have had some breakfast, downloaded my videos, downloaded me photos, and had a paddy because I couldn't get Photoshop to work, but hey ho. And now I thought I'd take you for a little look round. So we're in the original cabins. That's my little cabin there, which is Asgard 1. And this was where we were shooting last night. It's a fabulous little spot. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 5 of the older cabins, and then I think there's 5 newer cabins up in that direction. There's a river down the bottom, which I can't get to from here, I don't think, which has got ice flowing down it this morning, which looks wonderful. The sun is quite strong over there. The sun rose right where I wanted to shoot, so I thought I couldn't be bothered this morning. I'd have a lay in. And this was the tower that we were up last night, so I'm going to wander you up there. And it's great, they've got LED light strips up the sides of it, so that if the lights had come back again last night, oh, pedal bikes, there's a thought, I could find my way up. So I'm just going to whizzle you around and we'll take a wander up these stairs. You'll have to excuse the huffing and the puffing. This was where we were last night. What a beautiful, beautiful view. And this was where the lights were kicking off most of last night. Over the other side, there's a road, and that's Norway, just over the other side of the river. In fact, Norway starts halfway across the river. And that's Arctic tundra over there. You can see it's a very different landscape to what we have here. We have all the fir trees. This is a man-made forest, I believe. And just in here, we have the camera, which is set up to record 24/7 during aurora season. So there's a live view on YouTube. I'll link to it in the video. And you can just see down there, we have the river with the ice flowing down it. Not sure how much of this you're going to make out, because that sun's quite bright. The bridge down there, as you're looking at it, the left-hand side is Norway and the right-hand side is Finland. And there's been cloud drifting through there all morning. I need to find out how far it is. I think it's about 40 minutes to walk. I might go down there for sunrise tomorrow morning, because that looks really good. Dependent on what time we get to bed tonight, because tonight we are going off hunting aurora. So for a first night, it was fun. I can't tell you how giddy I was. I hope it came across on the video. I don't care if we don't see any more aurora for the rest of this week. Although actually I do care, because I'd like to get some aurora with different foregrounds. This was fab, and I wouldn't have changed this for the world. But apparently, just up the way, there's a lake on the right-hand side. And if the lights kick off over there, we might be able to get some reflections in the water. But Tony, who's our guide, phenomenal chap, he actually owns the company, and he will take us out tonight and we'll just go hunting the lights. He uses various apps, and he's been doing this for some while, 12, 13, 14 years, maybe longer. So he has a very good understanding of what conditions you need to get aurora. And he was watching the solar wind last night, and he said, it's going to happen. We were forecast clear skies till 10 p.m. He says, it's going to happen. I don't know where. And then his webcam started showing up the lights last night. But what an awesome place. It's been a very strange feeling not getting up for sunrise. And sunrise is a really sensible, it's 9:15. But I thought, no, I'm on holiday. I really need this chill out time. And it's done me the world of good already. I feel 100% better than I have done in a long time. Right, let's go down from here. As I say, I have to look down, and Tony runs up and down these steps like a flipping gazelle. And this little hut here, I haven't been in this little hut, it's a little fire pit hut. You can sit and roast marshmallows or something whilst you're waiting for the lights to kick off. And because it's on the app, you can stay in the warm. Oh, there you go. We've got some lights now. I don't like pressing buttons in case I press the wrong thing. And there's a couple of these dotted around this little location. How awesome is that? Cool, fancy having one of these in your backyard. Cool. That's it. So when you're on the app and you go, oh, they're kicking off, you run out of here, well, gingerly walk and dash up the stairs. That's finished for hello or good morning. Hey, right, it's sunrise. It's delightfully late at 28 minutes past 9. It's now about 9:45 because I've been down here for a period of time. Oh, that's not quite long enough, that. I knew there wasn't going to be a sunrise and I didn't bother getting out of bed too early. I've walked about 25-30 minutes from the cabins down into the village of Jockey. Any Finnish people watching this are going to be cringing in their shoes. This is, at the moment, with the surrounds the way they are and the weather the way it is, this is the only vaguely photogenic thing I could find. And it's the bridge that goes from Finland, or Lapland, over into Norway. And it's delightful. The river is amazing. It's starting to freeze and we have ice flows. And one of the strange things I've noticed, although this morning the rule broke, there's no bird song. I did hear a solitary magpie this morning. But other than that, there is no bird song. Whether it's too cold and they've all migrated south, I don't know. But talking to the guide, he said they don't have much in the way of bird life. They're owls, apparently. We didn't get any aurora last night. We went out, drove around. The cloud cover was too thick. Apparently the solar wind was doing what it needed to do, but there was too much cloud cover. And it's the same story this morning. There's too much cloud cover for the sun to break through. But we've got beautiful flowing river with the ice on it, which is making streaks. I've got the polarizer on and I've turned it to full effect, so it's darkening the water. And I'm getting white, light streaks across the top where the ice is flowing down. Both sides of the river, although more so this side, is freezing down the edges. And you can see the ice flows hitting the solid ice and it's packing out. So eventually, this river will be completely frozen. We have, as I say, beautiful span bridge. I've got the ultra wide on, but from this position, I can only get one of the uprights in. It's just distorting it too much to try and get this one in, and this side, the foreground, is a bit tatty. In the distance we have some snow-capped hills and we've got mist drifting in and out, low-lying cloud. We're starting to get a break of colour and light down there. The building down there is apparently a £1 million hotel that's been delayed getting built. I don't know if you can see the series of arches or domes. It's been delayed getting built because of COVID, and apparently it's not going to be ready till next year, so that's going to be costing somebody a pretty penny. I've done a couple of exposures with the 6-stop on, with the polarizer on and off to try and get this flow, and I thought, well, just for shits and giggles, I'll try the 10-stop. And that's why I've been waffling for so long. I'm 174 seconds and I'm still nowhere near long enough. But I also don't think, yeah, it's not giving me the effect that I want with the water. No, I don't like that. I prefer the 6-stop. Had to try it. The rocks that I'm stood on are slipperier than a slippy thing. -2, but it doesn't feel that cold because it's dry. The atmosphere is really dry, and unlike in the UK where -2 feels like about -20 because it's damp, this is really dry. I've just got my normal thermals on, thermal top and my jacket, and that's it. There is some nice break in the cloud down there, so I'm going to hang around here for a bit. In fact, we're actually getting some sunrise colour over there, which is later than sunrise itself. Hey ho. So that's my view. The snow-capped peaks, we've had a little bit of mist drifting across the top. Got this lovely sort of suspension bridge. It's this right-hand legs that I've managed to get in the shot. And we've got the ice flowing down. It's actually quite mesmerising. You can just see we're starting to get a break in the clouds down there. It's snowing! I'm like a big kid, me. I absolutely love it when it snows. It's a rest day today. It's the day before we go home. And I'm really upset. I don't want to go home. I've decided I'm going to claim squatters' rights in the cabin and just stay here forever. It's about -1 degree. It is so warm. And I know that sounds like a contradiction, but it's dry. I mean, it's snowing. And I'm getting a little bit damp, but not like you would at home. It's fabulous. So I've come out for a wander to get some of this beautiful Finnish air, and I'm in the woodlands that have been planted around the cabins that we're in. It's mainly pine. There are a few dead trees around, and there's a different type of tree as well, but I'm not quite sure what they are. There's bits of scrub. We're sort of in the tundra region, so it's a very strange place. But I found 2 compositions that I think I quite like. I'm trying not to do too much vlogging because I'm on holiday and this is really a chill holiday. But I'll show you the 2 compositions I've come up with just a sec. So the first thing that caught my little eye is this lovely little baby fir tree just down here. Now, by coming down low on the ground and using my f-stop to isolate it, I've managed to blur out most of the background enough so that you can still see those trees there, and just get him beautifully in focus. We've got the snow falling and we've got the little bit of vegetation in the foreground just covered in snow as well. And that's quite Christmassy. And then I started walking down to where you can see the tripod, and I turned round. And when I turned round, I saw this. This beautiful, it looks pretty dead and it almost looks like a birch tree, just arching out with the deep red fir tree behind it. Again, using f-stop, I think I was on f3.5, might have been f2.8. 1/40th or 1/50th of a second, I managed to capture a little bit of the snow coming down, not a lot, just a little bit, and the snow falling on top of the branches, and because it's silver, it pops out really well. So I'm quite pleased with those 2. And I'm going to pop you up a little video I took. So everything's handheld, so it's a little bit wibbly wobbly. Oh, but what I saw just coming out of the cabins made my day.